Right, the day has come. First stream in English. I don't know if there will be anyone on this stream. I'm gonna share it on my platforms. Alex, hello, Alex. You're the first viewer of this experiment. I've never streamed in English. I spoke in English months ago, so I'm not sure what's gonna turn out of this, but I'm curious to know. I'm excited to finally practice my English. Hello, have you thought about learning Turkish? You speak very good English. Thank you. Very glad to see you guys here. Cause yeah, no um, announcements. I don't know how to say it. Have been done. That's what I'm doing right now. Just stream in English. Once I'm done with this, I'm gonna answer all of your questions. Any questions, feel free to write them down below. And by the way, if anyone is using Telegram, if anyone is aware what Telegram is, it's a social media platform, chat. It's like WhatsApp, but better. You can find me there. I pinned my Telegram on the chat, and this is my main platform. I announce everything there. I'm not using Instagram since it's blocked in Russia because you need to use VPN, and it's not very convenient. So I decided just to organize a detox, Instagram detox, and use it only when I'm abroad. And right now I'm using Telegram. So if anyone wants to be in touch, you can find me there. Yeah. So let's get started. Yeah, put a like if you're excited as me about this stream. If you want them to happen more often than once in life, uh, press a like, put a like, and leave a like. And I'm gonna do these more often. I stream in Russian on my Russian Progress channel, on my channel for learning Russian. And on this channel, Artyom Nazarov, I'm going to speak all of my languages. I'm going to start with English, and then I'm gonna switch to another language, to other languages. Like the second would be Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese. I'm not sure about Portuguese because it's very my Portuguese is very limited. But I'm pretty sure I can hold a stream in Polish. So, and I'm gonna do these at this time more or less. Yeah. So let's get started. You can write your questions. This is a Q&A format. But I can tell you about my life in St. Petersburg right now. I'm not have no clue about my subscribers on this channel because, as I said, this is my first stream in English, and I don't know um, my audience at all here. So if you have any questions on my life in St. Petersburg in Russia right now, or if you want to speak about my experience, travel experience, language learning experience, if you don't know who I am, you can ask any questions. All right. So, um, have you thought about learning Turkish? I thought about learning Turkish, and I even started learning Turkish a couple of months ago. Not couple, like half a year ago, um, or maybe a year ago, because time flies. And um, I had some experience of learning Turkish. It was an app called Nemo Languages, and there you have some basic phrases in any language you choose, and that was Turkish for me. I started learning Turkish because it's an important language. It's a huge language, and once you speak Turkish, you can understand other similar languages like Azerbaijani and Kazakh, Kazakhstan, Kazakh language, Uzbek language, and it's just fun to because we have a lot of um, Uzbek taxi drivers. It would be fun to speak with them in like to understand them, knowing Turkish. Yeah. So yeah, but then I visited Istanbul, and I was a little bit disappointed because I imagined that it was the one of the most developed cities in the world, one of the most futuristic cities in the world, um, as far as technology, as far as urban things, um, space, etc., etc. But I was disappointed because it's actually not the way I imagined it. Istanbul, and my motivation of learning Turkish um, disappeared at that moment, unfortunately. But as it happens sometimes when I go to a place, my expression, my first impression might be not positive, but then when I digest this experience over time, I end up with positive emotions about this place. And this happened 3 times with me. First time was with Berlin. I disliked this place at the first time, but then over time I remembered it, and it was nice to recall it. Second place was Kaliningrad. Also, I had high expectations, and I was disappointed at the end of the day because it's actually not this cute European region, although it is situated in Europe, like surrounded by European countries, but unfortunately, it's very Soviet, um, like the negative part of the Soviet Union, which is this blocks, these boring buildings, five-floor buildings of bad quality, and this is what I've seen mostly in Kaliningrad. But then over time, it was pretty nice. Like I don't know why, but it has some atmosphere. Yeah, and yeah, the third place is Istanbul. Uh, when I came there, it was a mess. It was chaos. We lived in the place next to Hagia Sophia. It is the main church, or rather, mechet. I don't know how to say it. Mechit, mosque. Yeah, mosque probably. And it was cool as far as that it's close to the mosque, but the district itself was pretty chaotic. It was full of chaotic рынок, рынок market. Yeah, it was a market, like a legal market, when you buy fake Gucci, fake Adidas, and it wasn't so fascinating to see this mess around. Uh, then we went to other parts of the city, and it was, of course, better, especially this district next to the tower. If anyone was in Istanbul, there's a tower, um, Gayata Tower, something like this, and there you have narrow streets, брусчатка. I'm gonna Google some words. Uh, Paving stone, and it was very nice. So yeah, long story short, I'm not gonna learn Turkish soon, I guess. Um, speak very good English. Thank you, but I'm very slow. Like I have to think a lot to remember the words because yeah, it's not often that I speak English. How do you learn languages, namely English and French? This is the one of the ways I learn English and other languages is to stream. It is very helpful because when you speak to a person, you not only speaking, but you also have to listen to what your собеседник. Yeah, we're gonna learn Russian as well. Interlocutor. I'm not sure it's very used. Interlocutor. Okay. I might sound academic because I don't know the slang words for this. So yeah. Um yeah, whenever you speak to someone, it's a conversation. You have to listen to another person. But here you actually can speak endlessly. You can speak for 5 hours straight, and it is very helpful to develop your speaking skills. This is the idea uh, behind this stream. I just want to practice my English and have fun. So, this is one of the ways you can practice languages. Of course, you can have a private tutor on Italki, for example, but first you need to pay for the class. Second, you have to listen to. Here, it's very fun. Like we have 12 people here, like for a stream, first stream in this language in English ever on this channel. It's not bad, and we can have a conversation. That's awesome. That's awesome that that someone is here. I'm super excited. So yeah, as far as French, I'm not very like for the last couple of years, I don't practice French at all and any language at all. I mean, there's a stage where I just switch to another language. Like I reached B1, B2 level, and then I move on to another language. And the language I've already learned to a certain level, I just let it be. I can for for forgot it. Забыть. Забыть. forget it. I can forget it easily because I don't care about collecting languages. I'm learning them for the sake of experience of exploring the culture, the people, and why once I'm done with this and I want to learn another language, I'm just mm, I go with another language, and all the other languages I'm okay with forgetting them. Yeah. So we'll see. What about my French? We'll see how it looks like, how it sounds in the next streams. And yeah, sometimes I stumble upon a video in French and Spanish and other languages, but I don't put any mm, any extra effort onto maintaining languages. What is the most ideal language for you to communicate? Russian, of course, because it's my native language and it's the language I'm speaking the best. And although I might struggle speaking Russian as well, because there are some topics and there are some circumstances, situations where you can struggle speaking even your own language, even having a podcast, streaming in Russian, still you never stop improving. And my goal is to speak my own language as best as I can. And for this sake, для этого, for that sake, I'm streaming in Russian as well. But if you're not counting Russian, if you're talking about foreign languages, what is the most ideal language for you to communicate? Um, Ideal to communicate. I think that mm, I think Italian and Spanish are very straightforward languages because Russian, French, for example, is quite distant from my own language and from any other language as far as pronunciation, as far as, yeah, just pronunciation. You struggle understanding and reproducing all of these sounds put together, but doesn't happen with Italian and Spanish as well. Um, but I don't know. I think I forgot all of my languages so far, so I communicate badly in all of my languages right now, apart from Russian. Might be even Russian. What was most challenging to learn for you, Italian or Polish? Polish, of course, even though it's Slavic language, similar to, not very similar, but of course more similar to Russian than Italian. But seems like Italian has less problems, less challenges uh, than Polish. Polish is a Slavic language. You have cases, you have um, complicated conjugations, and a lot of stuff to learn. Um, so when you speak Polish or Italian, the difference is that there are few possibilities for you to mistake in Italian than in Polish. In Polish, you can make mistakes in every word. Yeah. So definitely Polish. Italian was one of the easiest languages to learn. Although it wasn't that simple because I when I started, I had to open a new system. I had to discover a new system. But once I've learned Italian, learning French, Spanish, Portuguese was quite simple. Uh, might happen the same with Czech, Czech, for example, or Bulgarian or any other language, because I already speak Russian and Polish, and I understand the logic of this language. I think so. I don't know. Have you ever considered? Glad to see you here. By the way, have you ever considered learning Hungarian? Probably not because it's not that widely spoken. Actually, not. You responded your question. I've never considered learning Hungarian, although I like Budapest. I like Hungary. Hungary. I don't want it to. I don't want to pronounce it like Hungary. How is it pronounced? Hungria. Hungary. Hungary. Uh-huh. Hungary. 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 All right. Sounds similar. So, I like the country. I like the city. Budapest is one of my favorite cities in Europe. It's very um, vivid. It's very intense as far as experience. You have a lot to do. You have beautiful architecture. You have huge historical background. Um, and nice atmosphere. It is not only flat; it's not flat. It's you have uh, холмы, uh, hills. You have hills. So it's very nice, but spending 2 or 3 years to learn this language just for Hungary, I think it's too much of a посвящение. Uh, what's the word? Uh, it contribute, not a contribution. Um, shit, it's on the tip of my tongue. Um, ah, can't remember the word. You might help me, guys. Um, like when you dedicate too much time, too much energy, and it's not paying off. Something like this. How can you recall the words? What is this strategy? Damn, I can't. Consuming time consuming. Not. I'm talking about the a noun. It's a noun, and it means maybe I can recall it in other languages. Wait a second. Ça c'est trop de dédicace, c'est trop de shit. It's so irritating when you cannot remember recall a word. Not giving up. Uh, Glot? Contribution or not? Contribution. Too much contribution. Glot. What is the Okay, I'm gonna do it by my own. Not gonna spend the whole stream just trying to remember a word. So yeah, probably not gonna learn this language because it's extremely difficult. I heard has a lot of cases, like I don't know, 20, 30 cases, and not that motivated to learn just for Hungary. If I was in love with Hungary and wanted to move there, of course, but I don't have these plans. And by the way, I have a book in Hungarian. I'm gonna show you if you're still on the stream. Just wait a second. Uh, it's not worth the effort. Exactly. So here's the book. It's Spider-Man in Hungarian. That was actually a joke of mine. Might not be the best one to gift this book to a friend of mine who doesn't speak Hungarian, but I wanted him to translate this because he also learns languages. You might know him. His name is Stas, and he teaches Russian on this website as well, on Russian Progress. So here is the book in Hungarian. I don't know if you can see something, but yeah. Uh, all right. Привет от Маркоса Бернанда. Эскада П. Бразил. Так держать. Hello, Marcus. I'm not sure there will be stream in Portuguese, but who knows? Who knows? My Portuguese is very basic. I can understand it, but speaking is not my best part in Portuguese. And actually, in all of my languages, I my understanding is way better than speaking because I think that speaking is overrated. Over overrated, yeah. Like you don't get that much speaking practice as you can have listening practice. So I mostly focus on understanding. How long did you take? How long did it take you to learn B2 level English? And could you give the most super best advice for learning English? How long? I don't know. Might be 6 months. I mean, I've been learning English since the first grade, and it was 10 years since I've been learning it until the point I discovered podcasts. And at this point, I couldn't understand English, spoken English, and I couldn't speak it. Uh, but once I discovered it, probably took me about 6 months to have a B1, B2 level, as far as understanding at least. So, yeah, 6 months. And I'm convinced that you only need about 6 months to learn to understand any language, any European language at least, with a good method and resources. Yeah. By the way, if anyone speaks Russian, below I have a blog. Uh, where I post my advices, tips on how to learn languages. If anyone is interested, it's down below on Boosty. It's a Russian Patreon. And below, you can also find a link to my Telegram, the only social media I use, and I post everything there. Um, and also, there's a link to my Russian Progress channel where you can learn English, Russian, excuse me. Yeah. Did you take English at university? Yeah, of course. School, university, but English has always been my weak point because I mean, once until I discovered other languages, until I started learning other languages, my English, I thought my English was pretty good. Comparing my classmates' English, it was all right. I had good grades, but once I started learning other languages, I forgot about English forever. I just started learning other languages and trying to avoid English, like unconsciously, just because I was curious and more interested in other languages other than English. But of course, every now and then, when you watch YouTube, you stumble upon videos in English, you have text in English, you travel, and there you have also English. And I learned it this way, but I've never actually. I tried to work on it, but it was not that intense as with other languages. So this is why I'm not that confident speaking English. Hello, was it hard for you to learn French? And did you do any test? Thanks. Hello, Daniel. It was, I don't know, it actually was pretty hard, but my motivation was good enough, was high enough to overcome these difficulties easily. Um, it took me about a year to be confident, to be comfortable understanding this language, and to, I think, speak as well. But it was very intense. It was a very intense year, and it was one of the most difficult languages. But again, because of my interest into the French culture, the language, it was fun. As far as test, yeah, I have B2 Delph, I don't remember. Delph might be. Yeah, I have this B2 test done. And I'm ashamed about this B2 test because at that point, I thought I had a C1 level, but I didn't want to risk, and wanted to pass the first B2 level and never pass C1 after. Never tried. Might try sometime, but need to relearn French first. Do you know gaming with the Kev? I think no. Let's see. Not into gaming. No, no, no. Never seen. I'm I'm not very into game content. Mm, hey, amazing channel you have made. Thank you. I think you're talking about Russian Progress. That's very nice. If anyone is not familiar with what I'm doing, I have a YouTube channel called Russian Progress, and there I create content for those learning Russian. It's a natural approach to language learning. You just listen to the Russian language, read the subtitles, translate the subtitles, and also you have podcast with transcripts. You can translate everything, listen a couple of times, and that's the way you learn Russian. Um, yeah, but this channel actually was the first one I made. This multilingual channel. Um, no need to stress. Happens if you rarely use any foreign language. Yeah, exactly. I'm not stressing out. Uh, I'm just sure. I'm convinced that you just need to practice. You just need to practice, and that's what I'm trying to do. Hello, Artyom. Hello, Ruslan. As far as I know, you were to Hungary. What language came in handy to communicate in Hungary? English, of course. Never spoken any Russian there, and I had very few contacts with people at all. Like only when I checked in, and that's probably it. And also, yeah, Russian as well because there was my Russian friend there studying in Hungary in Budapest. But with the local people, only English. My favorite languages: Azerbaijanese, English, Korean. Um, I might learn Korean at some point. Uh, the only thing I need to choose what Asian language to learn first: Korean, Japanese, or Mandarin. Because um, the one I would choose as far as the country is Japanese, because I think that Japan is one of the most aesthetic countries in the world. You just can type Tokyo walking tour and see that it's just perfect. Um, but as far as um, practical reasons, I think the Chinese would be better, would be a better choice. So, but and also nowadays the relationship between Russia and China are way better than between Russia and Japan, uh, considering the fact that Russia has canceled all the dialogue between Russia and Japan as far as disputed islands. Like we don't talk about this anymore. Uh, these islands are Russian, and that's it. And Japan is not happy with that. But seems like they started some sanctions, and that was the response. So yeah. As far as Korean as well, curious to go there to see how it looks like, and so yeah, can choose can choose the language, but I'm interested in three of them. Uh, um, and what about Portuguese? You don't speak more. I'm from Brazil. I've learned Portuguese at some point in 2016, I guess. And the first video on this channel is actually in Portuguese, me trying to speak Portuguese after 2 months of learning. But, it's been 7 years, um, 6 years since I started and since I learned this language, and I forgot it, I think. Um, I lost my ability to speak it. I mean, I can go by like when I go to Brazil and Portugal, I can easily reactivate it, but not now. Need to spend a couple of months at least of intense practice. Where do you work? I don't work at all. I'm workless and happy about that. I mean, I have a project where I help people learning Russian, but I don't consider this as a work because for me, work is something you do, is something that requires effort, and my work is fun and just like a hobby, like me sharing my thoughts, experiences. So it's not something I would consider a work as a work. But yeah, I earn on my project, Russian Progress Project, a channel and podcast for learning Russian. Um, and I also teach Russian. I help people learn Russian. Harry, hi, what's up? I'm all right. What about you? Trying to recall my English. If you like to watch me struggle in speaking English, put a like for people to watch it as well. Which language besides German is the most difficult for you to learn? From those I've already learned, or at least tried to learn, I would say was the most difficult one. Uh, I struggled learning Thai for a year, almost a year, and that was a complete fail. I didn't learn it, and that was the most complicated language because not because of the structure, just because of the distance, because it's way too distant from my native language and all of the languages I've learned before. So it's probably Thai. After Thai, German, as you wrote, is the most difficult. Besides, if you don't count German, French. What else? Greek is quite complicated. Mm, that's it. Yeah, and Polish as well. But I think it's not that important whether a language is difficult or not. The important thing is, do you actually want to learn this language or not? If you want to learn it, if you have enough motivation, you can do it. Just do it. Doesn't matter if it's difficult or easy or simple. I mean, the most important thing is to have enough motivation and reason to learn it. How long does teaches of Azerbaijanese languages? How long does teaches of Azerbaijanese language? Um, I don't understand your question. I don't know. How long does teaches of Azerbaijan? How long does it take to learn Azerbaijani language? I don't know. I never learned it. Is it possible for a regular dude to get a Russian passport from Europe? If yes, is it hard? Um, I think it is way easier to get a Russian passport for European from Europe than for us to get a European passport. I mean, it depends on the country. For example, for me to get a Portuguese passport is way easier than to get a Italian passport. It takes only 5 years. You have to live in Portugal for 5 years, and then you can apply for citizenship. Um, in Italy or Spain, you have to spend there 10 years, to live there 10 years, and then wait a couple of years until they consider your application. Never, never learned how you do this with like in Russia, how you get Russian citizenship from Europe, because already have a Russian passport, and I never had these questions, like never really asked me. But I'm glad you want to have one. That's nice. Um, I don't think it's hard. I don't think it's hard if you speak Russian. Why not? Might take you a couple of years. Yeah, or any long-term option to stay in Russia. Yeah, I never actually um, considered this. Never learned about this because I can stay in Russia forever, and I don't know, but I might make a research on this to I don't know, make a podcast or respond you in a Russian stream on Russian progress. Yeah. Would you learn Japanese through anime, anime? How you read this in English? Anime. Would you learn? I don't know. Actually, I don't know because I'm not a fan of anime. I don't. I'm not into this culture. Like it exists, and that's it. I'm not a fan, but might be for experience. Many people think that English language is enough, but what are the advantages of knowing more than two languages? What are the advantages of knowing more than two languages? Is that for me personally, every new language gives you the new perspective, the new deep understanding of this country, this or that country, this or that culture, and the people. Uh, the language itself is not something I'm interested in because there are languages that are not spoken, like ancient Greek or Latin, which I'm not interested in learning at all. I don't want to learn these languages because there is no country that speaks this language. There are no people that speak this language, and there is no. I mean, there is culture, there is history behind this, but it's not enough. The people and the country is what I'm curious to learn about, and I can do this with English, with a language. Like uh, learning a language helps you to learn about the country and the people. That's it, and you can stay in this country. You can live there, and this is the most fun part about it. So l- the more languages you know, the more countries you know, the more people you know, uh, and you whenever you learn a language, you open new uh, little things which you would never considered and thought about once until you learn the language. So um, this is what you get. It's not about counting the languages. It's not about uh, work opportunities, although also, but the most important part is that you have a wider perspective, wider understanding of a world, and just it's more comfortable for you to be around, to travel, to meet new people. Um, and of course, you have a deeper connection with the people when you speak with them in their native language. English helps you to communicate, to get around, but you never have this um, level of understanding and connection with the people, uh, speaking with them in English if it's not their native language. But if you speak with them in their own language, in Italian, in Spanish, and in Japanese or Arabic, etc., they consider you as someone closer. Yeah. So, Mr. Artyom, what languages do you speak? I speak Russian, English, Italian, French, Spanish, Polish. These languages I can speak at least at the same or quite the same level as I'm speaking English right now. So it's not very, it might not be very fast and active and fluent, but I can handle a conversation in these languages. As far as the languages I understand, these are Portuguese, a little bit of Swedish. Um, I've been learning it this year for 2 months, quite intensively every day, so I can understand it a little bit. Ukrainian as well. I cannot speak it, but I'm very good at understanding Ukrainian because I listen to a lot of Ukrainian podcasts. Uh, and what else? A little bit of German, a little bit of Serbian and Greek. But as far as speaking is concerned, I speak Russian, English, Italian, Spanish, French, and Polish. That's it. If you're curious to know what languages I want to learn, um, I think it would be Czech and Serbian. Czech, Serbian, and Chinese or Japanese. Stuff like that. What country would you like to live in and why? Uh, Interesting question. I've always wanted to live abroad, somewhere in Europe, because I like the culture and the amount of languages I've learned, the European languages I've learned, talks for itself. Uh, would be very fun for me to live in a place where I can practice all of these languages, and it's not Russia, as you as you can tell. Like even in St. Petersburg at night, it's not happening very often that I speak foreign languages, mm, although it was before COVID, it was one of the most cosmopolitan cities of Russia. The most cosmopolitan would be Moscow. Uh, so yeah, it would be fun to live in some multinational, international European city. I don't know, Paris, Madrid, Milan, what else? Berlin, Warsaw. As far as a country, I like the I like warm climate, so I would consider some southern European countries like Portugal, Italy, Spain, Greece. But if I were to choose the country I would move in, it would be Portugal because it doesn't make any sense to live in a country and don't don't get a citizenship, for example, as a bonus. Because like with Russian passport, um, we don't have, especially now, we don't have quite close relationships with the West, and it's hard to get to the West, like to get a visa to go there. It's quite complicated, so it would be a nice bonus if you had a Western passport as well with the Russian one, and you could travel anywhere. And by living in Portugal for 5 years, as I mentioned before, you get a passport, a European passport, and then you can live anywhere you want and travel anywhere you want. So, if I were to choose a country, that would be Portugal, because I researched a little bit on this topic, and Portugal is the best option. Of course, you need to have more money than in Russia, like to double or triple or even more. You have to triple your income, or it has to be even more. But but yeah, if I were to choose, it would be Portugal so far. Where do you study? I don't study anywhere. For the last 3 years, I'm free free of study. I mean, I study by my own, but I don't study in any university. I studied in Novosibirsk Technical University, um, in the direction of international relations, regional studies. Is it better understand or speak? Yeah, as I just said before, it's better for me. It's better to understand, because I don't stream every day in English, and for me, it's way more practical to be able to understand content in languages. Um, do YouTube sponsor on Russian Progress access the same content that you have on Patreon? Actually, not, because it would take me forever uh, s- to move all of the content I have on Patreon to YouTube, and technically it's not possible, because on Patreon I have audios, and on YouTube you cannot publish audios, only videos. So on YouTube sponsorship, you only have streams. Like the streams I closed, because it's a little bit more, like, streams are quite интимные, как сказать, то есть personal, intimate. It's something more personal, because we're talking like closer. It's not prepared, and I prefer to close these streams. So might open a sponsorship here as well. Uh, we'll see. So yeah, that's the bonus you get there, and that's it. There also might be, if there will be at least, I don't know, 5, 10 people, we might organize exclusive streams, and calls. Mm, yeah, I'm gonna think about how I can do this. What do you live on if you don't work? I live on my Russian Progress channel, on my mm, patrons, on my students, on my teaching, on my videos, podcasts, on the content I make online. What books did you read in original, and could you recommend something? In English, I guess nothing. Like, maybe there was a book I don't remember the name of, I read in English, but that's it. As far as Russian, I read, I don't know, like 50 books in life, and it's very diverse. I don't know. I can recommend if you. It's quite popular, but if you haven't read it, you can read the books of Yuval Noah Harari, Brief History of Humankind, and the next books of his series, Homo Deus and 21 Lesson on for the 21st Century. These are good. You have a lot of food for thought. Um, and yeah, it's not some uh, some literature you get, like the story of people who do something, and yeah, like you don't get anything out of this. But there you have a lot of things to think about. What do you recommend to improve better the Russian language? To listen a lot. It's quite a universal tip to listen a lot, because it really helps you to develop all of your skills, to develop your understanding, to develop your pronunciation, because you build the more you listen to your, the better you develop your perception of what is correct and what is not correct. You create inside of you a teacher who advises you on how to pronounce things, how the grammar works, and that's something what you get only by listening, and like not only, but I mean it's not that complicated. Um, it's the easiest thing you can do. Just listen a lot, watch, I don't know, stand up comedy in Russian, fun stuff. And as a bonus, you will get this inner Russian teacher that will help you. You will develop this feeling of the language, and that's what I recommend. As a more narrow tip, you can add something like you can write something in particular what you want to work on. If it's some grammar as well, the more you use Russian, the better you get. So just continue to work on understanding, and try to speak, because until you start speaking, you don't actually understand what are your weak and strong points. When you start speaking, you understand that something is more important, and something has to be learned earlier than other things. So that's what I would recommend. Yeah, and I think that it's it for now. I'm gonna answer a couple more questions if you have them, and gonna finish this stream in the next 10 minutes, because it's been already an hour, and it's enough for today, I guess. Tomorrow I might stream on Russian progress in Russian. So I invite all of you guys, all of you 9 people to my Russian stream tomorrow, and we will continue our conversation. Yeah, I'm gonna answer a couple of more questions. What do you think? Did you find your calling? Vocation calling. What do you think? Did you find your vacation calling? I don't think so. I mean, I found something that I can do, and that is languages and my project. But I wouldn't say that it's. something I wanted. It's something I want to do. I mean, I want to do it for the rest of my life, but it's not my final vocation, I guess. I wanted to do something uh, bigger when I develop certain skills, develop certain understanding, and when I will be ready, I wanted to contribute in some way to the development of my country as far as aesthetical point of view. Maybe I might work on the design. I need to learn this, or maybe it would be something something connected to the space, the way our cities look like. I wanted to do something like this, but so far I'm incompetent on this. I just have an aspiration, an idea of this of that I wanted to develop my country in this way. Do you like to watch any sports? Do you like? I like, but it's not something that happens often. When I see a very big competition like football championship or Olympics, I watch, but I think the last Olympics I haven't even watched because it's a shame that Russia is not allowed to participate with its flag, and uh, it's not very fun to watch your country with some Olympic flag, and Russia is not on Eurovision and stuff, so I'm not very into watching the competitions when where Russia is not allowed. But generally speaking, yeah, I would normally watch a football game, a big football game, but normally not. Do you speak on stream or have conversation? Only on stream. It's hard to talk to people you don't know. Uh, I'm pretty used to speaking with people don't know, although uh, I have a feeling that I know some people because they usually participate in, and I see their nicknames, their avatars, and I have this feeling that I talk to my community. So it's nice. As far as do I have a conversation? So it's not something that happens very often. I am quite uh, how I can say I can go by my own without talking a lot with people. I can listen to my podcasts. I can watch my videos, and sometimes it's enough. And the city I live in, I don't have a lot of friends here. All of my friends are in Novosibirsk, so I'm a little bit extracted from my normal life here. But I have to stay here because I work on my flat, do some reparations. So once I'm done with this, I'm gonna go to Novosibirsk and gonna have a lot of conversations. What do you think about Dmitry Petrov? Sorry for the common question. I think that he's a good um, producer, good teacher, uh, but I'm not sure uh, he's uh, as huge as people think, as far as languages and so on, because I've never heard him speaking the languages he claims to speak. I mean, I heard, I met him in person, and we had a conversation. Like there was an Italian guy, I think, and he spoke to him in Italian, and seems like he speaks Italian, but like people say he speaks 20, 30 languages, and I doubt, because never heard it. And I heard people speak these many languages, and these people usually do not claim that they're super hyper polyglots. So mm, I don't know. I don't consider him as he is a linguist, but probably not a polyglot. Yeah. That's it for today, guys. Thank you for being here, spending this time with me. Yeah, below you will find a link to my Telegram. I post some photos and videos from St. Petersburg. I post whenever I have a stream, I post it there. And below you have a link to my Russian Progress channel if you want to learn Russian. Um, Although you probably all of you came from Russian Progress, but might be a new person here. And also, you have a link if you speak Russian. I have a blog on Boosty. It's a paid service, but you have a lot of value there. There you have all of my tips on how to learn languages. Большое спасибо за ваш труд и развернутые ответы. Вы мой герой, очень ждем новые стримы. Спасибо большое, Даниэль. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. If you liked, then leave a like, and see you in the next streams. Leave a comment what language you want me to speak next. These you can choose between Italian, French, Spanish, and Polish, or even Russian. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.